Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for hanging out with us these past couple of weeks as we provided some virtual learning experiences for you and for your students. I'm Tasha Burke-Peart, Technology Program Specialist with the Department of Educational Technology, and I'm pretty excited. I know you're pretty excited. We are like almost done. You did it, you did it, you did it. We are almost done. Only a couple of days left, and then you get to enjoy your summer vacation. But today we're really excited to have the Palm Beach County Library here. Kandace Ryan from the Palm Beach County Library is going to talk to us about some really, really cool things that the library has to offer. Before we do that, our standard housekeeping. This session is recorded. We want you to know that if you want to come back and listen to it or refer someone to this recording, you can do so using the same link. Continue to like our videos. We love it when we see the likes, not those, but these. We love that. And also subscribe to our YouTube channel. We've been so busy and we will continue to be busy providing content for you and for your students. We have moderators in the chat with a wrench. I never know which way it is, so I'm just gonna point to both ways. One of those is the chat. And if you have questions, go ahead and put them in the chat and they'll be able to answer. And, I think that's pretty much it with our housekeeping that we say all the time. I want to go on and introduce Kandace. And I'm super excited because I also am a librarian. So this is near and dear to my heart. We actually work together. At the Wellington branch. So we can't wait until that opens later on this year. But Kandace, take it away.
Thank you so much, Tasha, for having me here today. I am so excited to be with you guys. Welcome to the virtual learning experience here at the Palm Beach County Library System with me, Miss Kandace. For those of you who haven't been to one of the county public libraries, there are 17 of them, as north as Tequesta, as west as Belglade, and as south as Delray, with our main library smack in the middle. So hopefully you can get to a location sometime in the future. But if transportation is an issue, don't worry. I've got some ways for you to get around that coming up. So first off, I wanted to introduce myself to those of you who don't know me. I'm Miss Kandace, the Children and Teen Librarian and Volunteer Facilitator at the Wellington Library, along with Tasha over there. But now I'm over at the Acreage Library while the Wellington Library undergoes some renovations, which should be done later this fall. I'm really excited to see our brand new pretty library coming back. Some of you may recognize me from my virtual teen advisory boards and book discussions that I host for teen community service hours. So if you've been with me before, please feel free to elaborate to your peers about those opportunities when I get to the volunteer portion, which is right now. The first thing I wanted to tell you all about is the virtual volunteer opportunities that the Palm Beach County Library System offers, because I know that summer is coming. Thank goodness, right? You guys have been through a tough year, and teachers and students, everybody in the education system is ready for summer. And I know that is when most of you guys actually tackle volunteering because you've got a little bit more time on your hands. So we have actually been hosting virtual volunteer opportunities since last October, but we have continued to grow our services because we know how difficult it has been to volunteer during the pandemic. So I'm going to go over some of those volunteer service opportunities with you now. If you guys have any questions and you're going to type that into the chat, I've got Miss Melanie here with me that works with me at the Acreage Branch Library, who is going to be answering those questions to the best of her ability while I continue on with the presentation. And also they can pop up some of those really important questions on the screen, so I've been told. So I might be able to address some of those as well, but you can always contact one of us at the libraries if you have other questions as well. So Currently, the libraries are offering 4 different types of volunteer opportunities that you can attend from the comfort of your own home. No worries about transportation, getting to and from the libraries, or dressing in anything besides pajamas even. So we have teen advisory boards, or tabs as we like to call them. We've got book discussions, and we've got strategic priorities that are all available virtually through Zoom. You just register for the event online and you receive an email with the link and the passcode to log in at the time of the event. So those are those 3. And we also have Cards of Cheer, which is the only volunteer opportunity where you will be required to come in and pop into your local library, which I'll go over the details for all of that right now. We're going to start with teen advisory boards, tabs. So tabs are a meeting for teens to talk about their interests and ideas for activities that they would like to see here at the library. So the purpose of a teen advisory board is to get information on what you teens, specifically right here, you guys are interested in, and what you would want to see here at the library, because by getting your interests, then we librarians can plan these types of activities based on what you really want, rather than trying to guess what you want, because let me tell you, that is super hard. You all are like elusive, magical creatures that we never actually see in the library, except for now I have teens coming to our virtual events because we're giving you community service hours for it, which is basically like paying you to come, which is totally fine. I'm definitely not passing any judgment, and I've really been loving all of your ideas and your feedback that you've been giving during them. So tabs usually focus on you guys' opinions of the library's virtual volunteer opportunities and non-volunteer activities. So for those of you that don't know, yes, the library offers a ton of different events, which are all virtual right now, on all kinds of topics, like adulting classes and life skill things, gaming and trivia events, crafts and do-it-yourselves, tech skills, which I know you guys have been covering a lot with the school district, cooking and baking tutorials are on there, anime and fandom events are there, really so many more. So if you are a super anime nerd, and there's a good chance other teens out there are too, we at the library can host virtual anime hangouts for you to attend for free. Did I mention everything at the library is free? Because it is. And okay, so anime might not be your thing, but you might have just binge watched the latest cooking competition on Food Network, and now you think you're the next top chef. Like me, I do that. Well, we have cooking and baking classes here too. Whatever you're interested in, we probably have a library staff person who is interested in that too and wants to host a class on it. So tabs are the perfect place to let us know those suggestions and feedback, and you get community service for hours for it also. So now is the time for those of you that have attended a tab with me or with any of our other library staff to reassure your fellow teens that they are not terribly scary and they might even be fun, right? I hope you guys are telling each other that. Okay. So that was the first volunteer opportunity. The next volunteer opportunity is book discussions. This might sound awesome to you if you are a big reading fan, which I can highly relate to as someone who chooses to work around millions of books every day. Or this might not sound like your cup of tea, but please just at least hear me out. There are 2 different types of book discussions. The first one is a more traditional book discussion where everyone is reading the same book and you all meet virtually to talk about it. So you're answering questions, you're making comments, you're reviewing it. This, you would need to make sure you read the book before you attend the discussion. Otherwise, you really wouldn't have anything much to contribute and that wouldn't count. The second one is more of a book talk, okay? This is where you all get to choose whatever book you want to discuss, and each person is talking about a different book. So you just need to give a brief summary of the book, No spoilers. We really value no spoilers here, and your review of it. So basically like 2 to 3 minutes worth of discussion. And then also you comment and ask questions about the other books that are being discussed by other teens. So each book discussion the library offers, and there are many, I believe there are 12 offered for the month of June alone. Each discussion is a little bit different. So some of them have a theme, like everybody talk about a fantasy book they've read, or a horror or a thriller or a graphic novel. And so whatever book you would choose to talk about would just have to fall into that category. Other discussions, like mine, don't have a theme, but you're allowed to present your book in a variety of formats. So this is really important for those of you that might not like the thought of book discussions. If the thought of using your mic to talk for 2 to 3 minutes to a group of teens makes you want to crawl under your covers and hide forever, you have the ability to have other options. You can make a book trailer, which is kind of like a movie preview, or a podcast, or a zine, or a TikTok book talk to show off your book instead of talking. So you just have to make sure you send me that link to whatever it is you made in advance. And then you just use the chat box to comment and answer questions throughout the book discussion. So no video, no microphone. You can just use the chat to do that if you make one of those presentations. Another type of book discussion that we have is held in Spanish. So you can talk about whatever book you choose, but everyone is going to be talking in Spanish. So the book you can read can be in English, and then you're discussing everything in Spanish. So if you're looking to practice your skills over the summer in a safe setting with no judgment, while also receiving community service hours, you can. And also, book discussions tend to give you quite a few community service hours, up to 4 hours, depending on how long the discussion lasts. And any book is acceptable. I've had teens talk about graphic novels, which are comics, or manga, talk about nonfiction and biographies, books they've had to read for school. Those totally count. I don't mind double dipping with school. Really anything. We've had anything from Percy Jackson to Kill a Mockingbird, Divergent to Attack on Titan, Ready Player One to The Land of Stories. Really anything is game, okay? So again, if you are one of the teens who have attended a book discussion with us in the past, please feel free to let everyone know that they're pretty entertaining and we end up having some really, really great conversation. And I end up with a mile-long to-be-read list, which is fun for me. Okay, so that was book discussions. We're going to go ahead and move on to the next area of volunteer service opportunities that's now available, called strategic priorities. So there are 6 strategic priorities for every department in Palm Beach County. So what this means is that we can plan events that relate to any of these 6 strategic priorities, and you can receive volunteer service hours for attending and participating. So for example, recently, the teens in my tab voted to learn about how to apply for financial aid and scholarships, which would most definitely fall under that economic development strategy priority. And they also requested an event on career info and college majors and a resume workshop for jobs and college applications, all of which I was able to schedule for June and July. So those are all upcoming events. And we've also had events on saving the sea turtles, mammal conservation, recycling, with more things totally coming up. So all of these things you can attend virtually and receive volunteer service hours for from home. It's all virtual. The possibilities for this type of volunteer opportunity are endless, and you can suggest these events within a tab. So whatever you want to learn about and get community service hours for, we'll see if we can fit that into one of those strategic priorities. Now, the last volunteer opportunity we have is creating cards for our library members who are unable to physically get to a library to get books or materials. So they're able to request items from our books by mail service, and we mail them their items, which will now contain a unique handmade card by our teen volunteers. So these cards, the cards of cheer, are meant to just put a little smile on their faces, the people who cannot come into the library. So nothing sad, please. These people aren't deathly ill or tragic in some way. They're just unable to get into a library for whatever reason. So each card will earn you 30 minutes of service hours. So they really need to look like you spent 30 minutes working on it, okay? If you turn in something that was a few lines scribbled in pencil on an old scrap piece of paper, you won't be receiving any credit for that. But on that note, if you need supplies to make the cards, some of the local libraries are offering up little card making kits, including ours here at the Acreage. So if you'd like to pick up a kit, just give the library a call and see if you can request one. So if you can't make it out to the Acreage, we can mail it over to your closest library, or that library might have some kits for you. So each card must also be unique. So no making a template and remaking the same card over and over and over again. So when you make one, another card you make has to look completely different. And also no personal info on the card. You can write your first name if you want to, but it is completely unnecessary. So no phone numbers, no emails, no addresses, no Insta handles, nothing, please. Once you make the card or the cards, you can make as many as you want. Remember, bring them into your closest library to turn them in. So this is the only volunteer opportunity where you're going to need to come into a library, but only to turn the card in. And don't worry about envelopes or anything like that. We take care of how we mail them out and send them out. So you don't need envelopes, you don't need stamps. Just the card is totally fine, and you can make as many as you want. Now, we just got an email today that had an example card that was in it from one of our teen volunteers. So I wanted to show you guys an example. It was really adorable. If you are watching and this is your card, we love it so much. We've loved so many of the cards that have come in, but this was just an example that popped up today, and I wanted to share it with you guys. So you can see they spent a really good long time making the drawing on this. And then it's just a very simple and cute phrasing that's on there. It doesn't need to be long or anything like that. So this is a really good example of those. Now, where can you find and register for all these volunteer events? How do I do it? So on the Palm Beach County Library website is where you're going to find all of the volunteer opportunities to register for, which is www.pbclibrary.org. So I'm going to go ahead and show you exactly where you can find all of these volunteer websites all in one place right now. So I'm going to go ahead and take you over to our library website, which is right here. So you see the Palm Beach County Library System right there. And where you're going to go is to this Kids and Teens icon. It's got the little rocket ship on there and says Kids and Teens in the top right. You're going to click on that. And then you are going to scroll down until you see this blue heart for volunteer. Okay. So you are going to click on that right there, and it's going to take you to our volunteer services. And when you scroll down, you'll see right here where it says Explore Virtual Teen Volunteer Opportunities. I'm going to click on that in a minute. That's going to take you to the list of all of the volunteer opportunities you can sign up for. But if you keep scrolling, you'll see our Cards of Cheer volunteer opportunity, which goes through the end of August. Okay. And it's going to give you all of the instructions, like what types of things to use, what not to use. No glitter is preferable on there, right? Okay. And so it'll give you those stipulations you have there, and then example messages, and see how short these messages are. It doesn't have to be long or anything like that. They're really looking for what you're going to make on the card besides what you're going to write. So these types of things you can repeat, the hello, have a great day per card, but the drawings have to be unique. All right. So that's there. And then I'm going to click on the Explore Virtual Teen Volunteer Opportunities, which is where you're going to be able to sign up for the teen advisory boards, the book discussions, and the strategic priorities. So all of these events are listed by date and time starting current. So the first volunteer opportunity that's coming up is going to be this Saturday, June 19th at 2, which is the READ. It's our queer teen book discussion in partnership with Compass, which is, I'm hosting that. So you'll see me there. You just pre-register online right here, and you click a link to the activity if you're going to be doing that right at the time of the event. But when you click pre-register online, that's going to give you where you sign in your name and your email address, which is very important because that's how we will email you the Zoom link, okay? So make sure you click that pre-register online and fill that out. So you'll see all of the different things that are coming up: teen advisory boards, book discussions, which there's a lot. I told you there were 12 for this month. There's our Spanish one, the book discussion that's in Spanish. And we've got some strategic priorities: reduce, reuse, recycle. There's those things. So marine mammal conservation, lots of stuff that are on here on this teen volunteer website, which is where you're going to want to go for everything. Now, I'm going to talk about hours. So your volunteer service hours. To receive your hours for the month, the library volunteer facilitators at each branch will record your hours on our volunteer service time card, which looks like this. You will get one of these cards from every branch you attend activities for. So if you attend activities with me at the Acreage branch, I will email you only the hours for my events for that month. So if you also attended teen advisory boards at West Boynton, you will need to contact Miss Elizabeth. Or if you attended events at Hagen Ranch, you will need to contact Miss Sarah. So does that make sense? I cannot keep track of hundreds of you attending activities all across the 17 libraries. I can barely keep track of where I'm supposed to be from 1 hour to the next. This past month, I had to email 60 of you guys individually with all of your hours from my opportunities. So each branch is responsible for their own hours. If you have a specific form for your school, which many of you do, please email that to us. We will print it, sign it, scan it, and email it back to you guys. So those are the two different forms that we'll do for you for your hours. Now, I've covered how to get volunteer hours virtually without the need of transportation or getting out of bed. But what about the other things you may want or need from the library, like books or music or audiobooks, magazines, movies, TV shows? Good news is you can still access those from a phone, a tablet, or a computer all online. So again, if you don't have transportation to get into the library, you can still access those things. So you can access eBooks and e-audiobooks, including study guides for all of your exams that you're taking, SATs, things like that, through our free library apps, Cloud Library and Hoopla. All you need to sign up is a library card and an email address. Hoopla also gives you access to tons of free TV shows and movies and music too. For Cloud Library, you can borrow up to 7 checkouts at a time for 21 days each. And with Hoopla, you can have up to 20 borrows per month for 21 days each. So Freegal also gives you access to free music, up to 5 hours of streaming music per day. And Flipster has tons of magazines available, including National Geographic, Sports Illustrated, Time, People, Vogue, Highlights, you name it. There's tons of them. And you can download the apps for free on any Android or iOS device. I use mine every day on there, okay? Or you can access them right on the library website under Virtual Library. So I'm going to show you how to do that as well. So when you're on our library's homepage, which looks like this, you want to find where it says Virtual Library. So I'm going to scroll, and I'm hoping that this scrolls nicely for you guys with my internets. working. So we're going to scroll. We've got lots of cool things that are highlighted on here on the website. There we go. This is what you're going to be looking for, where it says reconnect with your library, virtual library right here. So you're going to click on that. And we've got our lovely assistant branch manager, Kat, here on the virtual library page, another Wellington member. Yay, Wellington Library. Now you're going to go here. So you're going to see your library at home. You've got eBooks, audiobooks, e-magazines, music, e-movies, and TV shows, all right there at your fingertips, okay? So let's just take a look at one of them right now and click on eBooks. If you click on that, you're going to come down here. These will give you, these little icons will give you some specific things if you're looking for them in eBooks, like comics or kids or anything like that. But then you'll see right here, Cloud Library, and you'll see Hoopla. So if you want to explore Cloud Library or visit Hoopla, you would click there and you would just need your library card number and your email address to sign into those things, okay? So now, dun, 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 library card, right? I just said you needed those things to access our materials there. So if you don't have a library card to access those virtual library apps, it's super easy to register, okay? Kids and teens under 18 can get a free library card with a parent or guardian's identification and signature. So you must be physically there when receiving the card, like you personally. But if you aren't with your parent or your guardian, they must have proof of your existence. So like a birth certificate, report card, school document, school ID, insurance card, anything that proves that you are in fact a person if you aren't physically there with them. So you can go into your local library to register for a card, or again, you can do it on the website. So I'll show you where you'll do that. So if you, anywhere on the website, if you scroll all the way down, you're going to see this spot right here that says get a card. And that's a little image of our library card. And you click on that. And dun, 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 free library card. It tells you information about that and the identification you'll need. Usually a driver's license works perfectly for adults. They have that. If you have one, that's awesome too. Way to go. And then you can go here for apply for a library card online. So you'd click on that. And if you want to fill it out yourself, you would just click on the child's application. They want your parent or guardian's information first, and then your information, okay? And then when you're finished doing that, you would go ahead and click submit application. And that's when you can go into the library with your parent or guardian, or they can go do that with information that you are in fact a person. Okay, so besides classes and events and borrowing materials online, we also offer a ton of free resources for teens. So I'm going to jump back over to our website again so we can take a look at the teen page, okay? So like we did in the beginning, so I'm going to go back to our website here and go back to the regular homepage, okay? So we've got that kids and teens rocket ship right here, right? Okay. We're going to click on that. And then what we're going to do, scroll down just a little, we're going to click on this teen tab that has the video game icon control on it right there. So we're on the teen page, right? We're going to scroll down. First, it shows our summer reading program, which is going to be the last thing I talk to you guys about today. Then it shows our digital activities, which again, you'll see in order by date and time that's current for us. Volunteer, the volunteer page is here too if you can't find it. Now, here we go. Tutor.com homework help. So tutor.com is a free service that we provide here with the library system online that can help with any topic that you need help with. This is live one-on-one help with a tutor. The tutors don't work for the Palm Beach County Library System. They work with tutor.com, so they're separate people. It's available every day from 12 p.m. to 12 a.m., and it's provided in Spanish as well if you need that from 2 to 12. So you click on here, get help with your homework. They have all these drop-down menus of what topic, what grade level, all the way through college. It doesn't just stop there. Kindergarten, pre-K, kindergarten, all the way through college and adulthood. And you can get free live tutor help with anything that you need, which is a really valuable service, okay? We've got our Ask a Librarian app, which here, this is also where you can get help with your homework if you have research questions, things that if you have a research project, a science experiment, things like that. Anything, really anything. You can ask us about anything. That's why it's called Ask a Librarian. It's available Sunday through Thursday from 10 to midnight, and Friday and Saturday also from 10 to 5. You can click on that. Big one for you 15 and 16-year-olds that are here and up, drivingtests.org. Free classes here and tests to ace your permit, okay? Practicing car practice tests, motorcycles, driver handbook for Florida, everything. It says it here that you need to know about applying for and taking your driver's test. Free, okay? You don't have to pay for this. Nothing is paid for about learning how to drive. Summertime, good time to know that, right? And then we've got some recommendations. If you're looking for book recommendations, we've got those there for you. And here's some more college and career help for those of you older teens that might be going into this area. ACT prep right here, okay? Federal student aid information, learning databases that you can look up articles, research articles for. We've got homework and database information, which you see here, your driving tests that are on there. Gale literary sources, fantastic for getting biographies, bibliographies, so many things. Here's EBSCO again. We've got Novel List, which is really great for recommendations for reading, 100% poetry information. Middle school, if you're in middle school, here is Gale. That's specific for middle school students. Okay, looking at primary sources, video clips. These are great for research projects, okay? And we've got homework help links that are on here. All of this stuff is free, guys, okay? So these are all of our free databases that you can access right here through the library, which is really, really fantastic. Okay, so now let's jump into our summer reading program that has officially started, and it's going on now through July 30th. This year, the library is using the app READsquared, which is available, again, on all Android and iOS devices. And we're going to go over to your website so I can show you how to register. So let's go back up to that main library page, and it is right here, right smack in the front. First thing you see, Summer Reading Program 2021, learn more. And when you click on that and you start to scroll down a little bit, it gives you nice little things that you can click on to see if you want to know about any of our other programming that we've got going on, which is fantastic. So it tells you the dates of the summer reading program and how it works. So honestly, all you have to do is read 5 books to complete the summer reading program. 5, that's it, okay? And it doesn't stipulate what books, which ones, any 5 you pick. And you're going to log them in READsquared, and then you're going to come into whichever local library branch you are at to earn some prizes for it, okay? So they give you some recommendations for reading on there if you want to read 5 books. But there's other things that you can do as well. So if you click on this link right here, PBC Library READsquared.com, that's going to take you to register for the reading program, for the summer reading program, okay? Which our theme this year is Tales and Tales. Get it? And so all you need to do to log in, you create a username and a password, something that you'll remember, please, because you're going to need to log back in. This is how you can do it on the website, okay? So you can do it right here from the website. You click login, or if you don't have an account, register now, right? Now, I'm going to show you the fun stuff, because if you want to do something besides reading 5 books, say you're like, no, I'm not going to have time to read 5 books. I want to do something else. So there's other things that you can do to earn you points. So you need to have 500 points to complete the reading program, the summer reading program. So this one alone right here is 200 points. And so you can see it says here teens. So this would be something that you can do, story this creative writing mission. So if you guys are writers, and if you're creative writers like writing, this is something that you might want to do. You know, you can write a short story about 750 to 1500 words, tells you where to send it, right? You get points. Then we'll see what's another one. Attending a virtual event will get you 50 points. So you come to a teen advisory board or a book discussion or a strategic priority. That's going to get you community service hours, and it's going to get you points towards your summer reading program. There's like tons of double dipping going on here. Be a bird watcher. So there's tons of missions that are in here, and all you need to do is earn up to you need to earn 500 points. And then once you do that, you're going to come into the library and you're going to show on your phone, look, I've done it. It'll say completed summer reading program on your phone or on the website. And then we're going to give you your prizes. Okay. So that means we're going to give you whatever it is. So if you're in the teen category, you are going to get either it's a extendable straw, a reusable straw. There's Wendy's coupons. There are baseball tickets that are coming. You're going to get lots of library swag that is coming in for completing it. And then your name will get put into a drawing to earn the grand prize at the end. So lots of cool stuff going on with the summer reading program on READsquared. Again, you can download that on your phone as an app. It's free, or you can do it right there through the website. So we've got that going on. And I know that I spent this whole time telling you about all of our virtual and online services we have to offer, but all of the libraries in Palm Beach County are open. So feel free to come visit us. All of our physical materials, our books, our audiobooks, our movies, TV shows, and music are all available to borrow here physically. So we also have free computers and free Wi-Fi, which the Wi-Fi also extends out into the parking lot. If you'd rather stay in your car, keep your distance, we have accommodations for every comfort level. So I know sometimes some of you might not have access to Wi-Fi at home. Come use our free Wi-Fi and come use our computers, our air conditioning, cool off, whatever you need to do. We are open, okay? I definitely want you to know we are open. You can come visit if you've got the transportation. So if you have any additional questions, please feel free to email me. My email is wellcats@pbclibrary.org. Or you can give a call to your local library location if you'd like to. I'm Miss Kandace. You can find me over in the children's section of the Acreage Library, and then Wellington later in the fall when we open back up again. And so I really hope that you guys have a great last few days of the school year and enjoy that break that you so deserve.
Absolutely. Miss Candace, thank you very, very much. There's so much that we have available at the public library. So we hope you do take advantage of, lots of things that you mentioned, the volunteer hours, join the summer reading program, come and visit us. Thank you again so much. And I'm going to just wrap up a couple of things, and then I'm going to bring you back to say your final goodbyes to everyone. I just want to remind you, teachers, that I know it is summer, like John said in the previous live stream that we did, but we don't want you to forget that we're having a back to school tech talk on July 29th, and more information will be coming about the tech talk. So just make sure that you mark it in your calendar so that you can listen out. We'll be talking about some digital citizenship, very, very, very important theme. So you're not going to want to miss our back to school tech talk. Also, we have our tech conference, which is coming up in October 15th. That is going to be virtual. The theme is Fast Forward, a decade of change in a year. I mean, literally, it's been a decade of change in a year. So we look forward to providing this tech talk for you. So listen out for that. I just want to thank you all on behalf of our training team and all of the members of the EdTech department. We want to thank you for joining us with our live streams. We had so much fun these past couple of weeks, and I do want you to know that you can always go back and take a look at any of the videos. I mean, we've been to the Science Center, we went to Norton, we learned about some creative careers with Fablevision today. We've been to the public library. We also learned about the trades and how much money you can make in the trades with Erica's Plumbing. What else did we do? Oh, the Loggerhead Marine Center. Oh my gosh, we saw the turtles. What else did we do? Oh goodness, how can I forget? The Tesla showroom. We saw Tesla, and I was, very impressed with that. So thank you for joining us. We're so glad that we were able to provide these opportunities for you. Kandace, anything else you want to say before we sign off?
I think it's such a wonderful thing that you guys have been doing, taking everybody out and about into the community to see all of those things. And we really appreciate here at the library system that we could be a part of that as well. And a part of you guys' upcoming future that, come visit us. We're here, and thank you so much. And really take a break and rest and relax, because you guys deserve it.
Absolutely. Have a great summer, everybody. Bye.